Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby Rush. As a blues man, I love Mississippi Public Broadcasting. If you support Mississippi music and their local programming, donate now, right now, and become a member today, not tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Doesn't matter how big or small, but we prefer big. Thank you very much.
Do you have an item with a story to tell? Experience the Mississippi Antique Showcase April 17 and 18 at the CAPS Entrepreneurial Center in Stoneville. For a $100 donation, you can bring one item for an expert appraisal and enjoy food, cocktails, and PBS Passport membership. Attend as an observer for $60 and watch the appraisals live. Choose your time slot today and be part of this special MPB event. Visit mpbonline.org and get your tickets today.
Welcome to Deep South Dining here on MPB Think Radio. Malcolm White with Carol Palmer. We are glad you are here. Good afternoon, Carol.
Malcolm, hello to you.
Well, Easter has just passed, and I thought we might touch on that just a smidge. At our house, we had Webb and Zeta and the grandkids, Ren and Wilder, and Kara organized and prepared a fabulous meal. Well, we both worked on it, but it was her brain trust. We had fried chicken.
Sounds good to me.
We had green beans, potato salad, coleslaw, deviled eggs, and a breakfast casserole that Webb made, and some homemade lemon rolls, cinnamon Danish rolls. They were so good.
Oh, my gosh. We could have come.
You should have come.
Yes, we were out in the country by ourselves. It was beautiful. And I had brought oysters to fry. I had bought my husband chocolate bunnies. And he wanted a fried egg and bologna sandwich yesterday for lunch. He said, hold the oysters. Let's do it Monday night. So,
fine.
Hey.
So tonight you have the big meal.
Yes.
So what will the menu be besides the fried oysters?
Well, they'll certainly be the centerpiece, and then just whatever else happens to be in the refrigerator. Probably Hal's coleslaw has some cabbage, and your brother's coleslaw was always one of my favorites.
I made some without. I did not use his recipe, but his recipe is much like the one I use. But anyway, it's always good to make some fresh coleslaw.
Indeed,
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I made something really interesting this weekend. Went by the fish market to see our friend John Lester.
And, who I'd like to have on again.
And I told him that.
For a coffee shop. John Lester and Lee Bailey. I think the two of them, Marissa, would be next time we do a coffee shop. I hate to interrupt you, but you know how it is. If I don't do it now, it'll just slip right on away.
Well, so I'm standing in line at the fish shop, and when he sees me, he says, I know your husband John loves exotic things like you. And anyway,
he says that every time.
I know. But he had a yellow edge grouper. Now, I'm not talking about yellowfin grouper.
Edge.
I'm not talking about yellow mouth grouper. I'm talking about yellow edge grouper. And he was so excited about having yellow edge grouper. And so, of course, I said, I'm in. I know, John will like this. So it is, in the grouper family, it's known as the tastiest of the grouper family.
Okay.
And it has that thickness and kind of reminds you cross between sea bass and halibut, but it's they call it a deep fish, and people who fish for those are called deep droppers. Deep droppers.
Okay.
The fish can be on the ocean floor.
Are gigantic.
Well,
right?
this comes about 40 pounds, but they are on the ocean floor around 300 to 600 feet down. Just our regular grouper, like rocks and shipwrecks and all of that, but these guys
like the bottom.
And the fish was just beautiful. Before I cut,
How did you
he
prep
butchered
it?
it.
How'd you prepare it?
I did
Penne?
fillets. It was the fillet was so thick. He even butterflied that, just
Okay.
to give us two. And I did it penne. Just dusted it with. I had some like Portuguese fish seasoning and a little flour, and then just a lemon thyme sauce. Just not to put anything heavy on it to mess it up. And it was just delicious.
Speaking of Portuguese, there's a circus in town at the
saw that.
fairgrounds
What is
called
it?
the Do, or however you pronounce it, D-O Portugal Circus. And it's in town until the 12th. And my grandson went yesterday and loved it. So I don't know what a Portuguese or a circus from Portugal looks like, but it sounds like they're having
Gotta
one down at
find
the
out
fairgrounds.
Because since my husband lived in Portugal, all things Portuguese
He would
are
be very
are
interested.
welcome in our house. But I really wanted to pass on that yellow edge grouper.
That's a great tip. I'm not familiar with it, or wasn't familiar with it. So now I am. Now, you sent me something about cooking and coping that our friend, I didn't quite understand what the message was.
Okay. We have a Charlotte Duck Pelton who
Right.
lives in
Of course.
West Palm. Listens every week.
Yes.
Years ago from Jackson, she and her daughter have planned an itinerary to Mississippi, and they are eating at all the Michelin-named restaurants.
Okay.
That were
Okay.
in the list. So they're landing in Memphis, starting in Oxford. They're going to go over to Mike Wagner's rice farm, because she orders rice from him. Then they're
Right.
coming through Jackson and going all around to all these places that we talked about that were mentioned in the Michelin Awards. And
Got it.
what a great idea. And she invited the two of us to go to lunch when they were in Jackson.
Okay, great. All right, we got a caller early here in the show, so we want to take that. Elaine Rush is calling us, I think from Starkville, regarding the International Fiesta celebration. Hello, Elaine.
Hello, how are you today?
Really well. Yourself?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. Tell us what's going on.
Well, we have our annual International Fiesta happening Saturday, April the 11th from 10:45. It's flag lineup, so you can come get a flag from around the world
Okay.
and come partake in some awesome food and festivities.
Now, this has been going on a long time, right?
Oh, wow. Over 30 years.
Yeah.
It was created, yes, sir, by Armando and Ruth de la Cruz, and we've been just changing and evolving with the times along with the great culture that, flows through Mississippi State. It's great.
Yes. Yeah, and I think like most university towns, there's a lot of international residents, but I know at Mississippi State they've long celebrated their international community with this food festival. And so tell us some of the countries that will be represented at the Food Fest.
Oh, wow. So it's all of the majority of our international student organizations will be represented there. So it'll be Sri Lanka, Africa, oh, my goodness, Japanese food. So I always tell people it's a trip around the world without the passport. You can just travel here and eat at from over 30 to 40 different countries, and there'll also be cultural items for purchase as well, or you can just ask them questions. It's just a great international time.
Great. So that's this Saturday, April the 11th, on campus at the drill field. Is that where this takes place?
Yes, sir. It's totally free. They'll have origami, and there's other, bouncy houses for the kids. So there's some free things there for the kids. Foods for purchase. They take cash, and there will be credit card services available as well at each booth. So we always encourage folks to just come and try something different. I always try to start and end at the same place, but there's always something new to arouse your taste buds. So we always just encourage people to come and take in the culture and dress in a national attire and have a great time.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for what you do, and we appreciate it. And we encourage anyone who's interested to trek over to Starkville, to Mississippi State University, and partake. Busy weekend, Carol. We'll be in
Meridian in the Queen City.
Yes, at the Max. We'll be out set up doing recordings, interviewing chefs. You know, they've got over 50 chefs coming to the Sip and Savor.
Yeah, the Sip and Savor's turned into a major deal.
And this will be our second year of cooking and coping and Deep South Dining to be set up on the festival grounds. And we'll be interviewing mostly chefs, but other people who might be attending the festival. So if you're going to be in
some of our
Meridian,
listeners will just stop and say, hey.
please do.
Howdy,
y'all. It's good to see you in the Queen City. So that's this Saturday. Also this Saturday, not exactly a non-food activity, but Salumeria bookstore is celebrating 50 years, which is remarkable. And there will be a celebration at Cathead Distillery in Jackson downtown for Salumeria.
You know, that is really an exciting thing to have a community bookstore like with that type of longevity and everything it's meant to Jackson and to Mississippi and to the country.
And April the 6th, Carol, is Hostess Twinkie Day. I know it means a lot to you.
Well, on all that list of food days this week, the Hostess Twinkie Day and the Grilled Cheese Day were the ones
Well, the grilled cheese spoke to me, for sure.
Well, you know, sadly, the Twinkie spoke to me as a child, and I'm still
Nothing
wearing
wrong with that.
wearing the Twinkie, but I just kind of looked back on a couple of Twinkie things because it is an iconic American snack.
Yes.
It is 68% air.
Like me.
And sugar is the main ingredient. You know, it's golden
Sugar
sponge,
and air. Okay.
Sponge cake
Yeah.
with a marshmallow creamy filling.
Wow.
You know, and it was the great lunchbox treat too. I mean, generations grew up on the Hostess Twinkie. I mean, it was invented in the 30s.
Man.
Now, sadly, back in 2012, they went bankrupt.
Ugh.
But
You can't get away with selling air.
you can't get away. But, you know, in our modern times, some venture capitalists bought it, and the Twinkie is back at
It's
your
back.
gas station, convenience stores. They're
Marissa's
selling.
nodding her head
Yeah,
in there.
she did.
She's on the Twinkie wagon. She's there.
They're selling like 400 million Twinkies a year.
Wow.
So
that's
anyway, it just got me thinking. It just got me thinking.
Twinkie
There's
Day.
Twinkie. It's Twinkie Day.
And April 12th is Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. So
Now that's worthy.
it's huge. It's huge. I love a grilled cheese. All right. Speaking of Gen Zs, by now you surely are aware of the headlines that the Gen Zers are tanking alcohol business. The Gen Zers are the 13 to 28-year-olds. And alcohol sales are reportedly down $830 billion
Because of these people.
in little more than 4 years, according to Bloomberg. They're blaming Gen Z, and they say that Gen Z doesn't care about this. They recognize that alcohol does not make them feel good, the therapist said. This isn't a new discovery, but it seems to be more generally accepted socially among
It resonates with
this
them.
generation. Mm-hmm. Feeling good isn't the only reason why Gen Zers are turning away from cocktails. The spokesman for Gen Z on the issue said there are all kinds of reasons, including financial, vanity,
I got it.
sleep, mental health, but perhaps the biggest reason that they're not drinking so much,
They're staying buzzed.
cannabis.
And the access to it. I mean, who would have thought?
And that's the news.
No, that's some really new. We're not going to process all of that here, but that is significant. That is a significant cultural change.
Now, the Mississippi Antique Showcase is just around the corner, coming to the CAPS Entrepreneurial Center in Stoneville, Mississippi, April 17 and 18. If you have a hidden treasure in your home, for only a $100 donation, you are entitled to bring one item for a professional appraisal and enjoy food, cocktails, speaking of Gen Z, plus 1 year membership to MPB Passport.
Or for a $60 donation, you can come for the filming, enjoy the food and drinks, and receive a 1-year passport membership, which is the greatest thing ever. You know, I don't know if all of you in Radio Land know it, but when you donate to MPB, you become a member of Passport, and you can stream all of the PBS shows. I mean, my husband and I watch great performances.
Yes.
You can go, there have been 50 years of great performances. You can
Correct.
go back and see any series, anything. So that's just an added benefit.
Indeed. So several friends of mine have been telling me about a spot in Gulfport. Carol, have you heard of this?
A spot.
A spot, an eatery. Kathy Riemann, for one, has been sending me messages that we needed to find out about this Tavi's in Gulfport.
Yes, indeed.
And so also my friend Estes Key has told me repeatedly about this place. And while I have yet to show up in person, today via Zoom, we are going to be joined by Shannon and Tavi from Tavi's
Salumeria.
Salumeria. If you're not familiar with the Salumeria, you're getting ready to be schooled on it. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with our special guest today from the Golden Gulf in Gulfport, Mississippi.
If you enjoy the stories behind the food we talk about right here on Deep South Dining, you'll want to check out Southern Dish on Mississippi Public Broadcasting. It's a new television series that travels across the state, highlighting the chefs, restaurants, and communities that make Mississippi's food culture so special. Tune in to this week's new episode, where the crew of Southern Dish heads to Jackson to Elvie's and to Greenwood to Fan and Johnny's. That's Southern Dish, this Thursday, April 9th at 7 p.m. on MPB television.
At the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience in Meridian, we believe in the power of the arts, storytelling, and education, just like Mississippi Public Broadcasting. MPB connects communities across the state with quality programs that inform, inspire, and engage. Their audience is loyal and appreciative of businesses that support public broadcasting, which makes underwriting on MPB a smart investment. Join us in supporting MPB. Learn more at mpbfoundation.org.
MPB is on the road again. This time, we're going to our favorite local restaurants to talk to the chefs behind our favorite local food. We'll learn about the history of our recipes, where they come from, and who created them. We'll hear the stories from the people that keep our traditions alive and what new flavors they're adding to it. Because here in the South, our food tells us the story of who we are. Southern Dish, premiering April 2nd on MPB television. MPB, your stories, our mission.
School choice, rural hospitals, voter access. The 2026 Mississippi Legislature will impact you and your family for years to come. MPB brings you At Issue, a weekly analysis of the legislative session and the issues affecting you with perspectives from both sides of the aisle. Brandon Jones and new At Issue analyst Rebecca Staples join me, Wilson Stribling, every Monday at 5 p.m. only on MPB Think Radio and wherever you get your podcasts. MPB, your stories, our mission.
Let's go to the old world, Carol.
Let's do it.
We are back from our break. This is Deep South Dining on MPB Think Radio. And Carol, we have some very special guests.
And we have been so excited about this and also hoping to go see these people in person. But I want to welcome Tavi and Shannon Arzola, and from Spain to Chicago to various places in the southern United States. Tavi has been around and he has made his home on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And I'm just so glad to have both of you. And we've heard great things and love everything you do.
Well, first of all, I want to say, who doesn't love Kathy Riemann and Estes Keith?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, if you
Love
don't
them
like
both.
those guys, there's very little we can do for you.
And if you don't know them, you're no one. I know.
Well, tell us about the restaurant. It sounds so exciting, particularly, you know, for Mississippi. We don't have this sort of opportunity very often, but apparently you guys have delivered on a really special place.
Thank you. So basically what we wanted to do was to bring something unique, something authentic from Europe. It took us a very long time to make the decision to know if we were able to actually deliver what we wanted to bring. Was months and months of testing breads and from Europe and making sure that we were able to get the meats and the cheeses and the things that we wanted to do exactly the same way that it had been done in Italy or Spain or for hundreds and hundreds of years. So for us, it was extremely important to do it right.
Well, tell our listeners what a Salumeria is.
Yes, a Salumeria is a place that makes salamis or use salamis to make other things. So can be a producer of somebody that actually make the physical salamis on their store, but majority of the times is a place that make it and sell food made out of those salamis. So a delicatessen, a deli, a sandwich shop, whatever we wanted to call it here in the United States.
So the root is salami of this.
That's right.
Okay. And how often do people mispronounce it like we're doing?
I should, I sent a phonetic spelling because Marissa asked me to, and I forgot to send the one for Salumeria. I apologize.
But that really, it's for us, it doesn't matter. It's like my name.
Yeah.
I respond to anything close to what my name is.
To Octavio or Tavi or.
We've heard octagon, octagonal.
Tavi is the name, but the reason why we call it Tavi was because our friends, instead of going out for dinner in restaurants, they all wanted to come to our house and I cook and they love for food. So it was always like a Tavi. You have to open a restaurant, a shop, something to showcase your cooking.
And before this operation, Shannon, you're in the popsicle business. Is that right?
Our first business is Pop Brothers, and we started that in 2015, and that's still a thriving business and very busy. So we wear a lot of hats, take them on and off.
Yeah.
And
well,
Tavi
I looked at some of those pops.
Things.
I mean, they are absolutely out of this world. I mean, I wanted to drive down to the coast just looking at the popsicles. Amazing.
Oh, well, they're.
So
and,
we have two locations?
We have 3 locations of Pop Brothers and a wholesale reach that's farther than that. We sell to casinos and aquariums, museums, zoos, those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Pop Brothers. So we're very excited about that business as well. And Tavi's was something that my husband really wanted to do because when we go to Spain to visit his family, this is how we eat. And I cannot tell you how good it is. And, I still eat it almost every day. I think about it. It's really
you dream
good.
of your sandwich. So
I do. It's so good.
Let's start with the bread. I'm very curious where you get the appropriate bread to make your sandwiches.
Well, that was the really, for us, opening a sandwich shop without the right bread was a non-starter. So we really have to do a lot of homework and try a lot of brokers until we find the right places that were willing to bring this bread for us. You have to realize that we are one of the few places in the United States that actually use this type of bread. So it's not something that suppliers have in their warehouses available. So we have to convince them to get not just the bread, but some of the meats and cheeses that we wanted to have. And the thing about us, I think we were able to be convincing to these companies. And I think that when they saw how passionate we were about doing it right, they finally say, okay, I'm going to make room in my warehouse to bring something that I don't know if it's going to work or not, but
Right.
We're going to try.
Well, and as you can see, I'm the Jerry Lewis. He's the Dean Martin. He's the handsome with the great voice, and I'm the squirrel on acid who jumps around and gets everyone excited, you know. But I have zero culinary skills, so don't worry, everyone's safe.
I think from looking at your websites, I think you may be the marketing skills because those websites are fabulous. And then I also saw that your partner in Pop Brothers is the one and only famous Chuck Kelly, who
That's
is
my little brother.
Yeah, who is a Coast legend and a great entrepreneur and marketer.
Well, and has served some of your family members. I think I probably helped them at some point because I've worked for him on and off throughout the years.
Yeah, Chuck has had a salon, a salon and spa on the coast for many, many years. And, you know, everybody knows Chuck Kelly.
Yes.
So where exactly, give us the locations, first of the Pop Brothers and now of Tavi.
Pop Brothers, we have our original store in Gulfport, downtown Gulfport. We have our second location in Ocean Springs. Our third, we have a mobile selling outlet, but it's parked permanently for a little while at Lucky Rabbit in Hattiesburg. And then we sell to the Hattiesburg Zoo and the Mississippi Aquarium and Margaritaville, the Gulfport Biloxi Airport, Silver Slipper. I mean, it's a lot. And then we also do school fundraising, catering, and events. So sometimes I'm driving the big, I call it my funky fun box, down Highway 90.
Frozen. You left out Frozen. Funky Frozen fun box.
Frozen. There you go. And so I could be driving that big giant thing, or I could be running sandwiches. I mean, or I could be.
Well, it looks like you have some push carts too.
We do have
those.
Push carts
Those are very good looking.
And a tricycle.
Yeah, Malcolm, it's wrong that we're doing this, you know, on Zoom and looking at their stuff. Yeah. This really deserves.
Yeah, well.
This deserves a road trip.
We're headed that way. Yeah. We're headed that way.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, going back to suppliers, that was one of the questions I wrote down when I was looking over everything you do is how you find suppliers for really authentic
lots and lots of
products, because everything I looked at your potato chips, your drinks, but then all the incredible meats. And was that a long process?
Yes. It was a very, very difficult process because you really need to convince these companies that you are going to do it this way, that it's not other way to do it, and you need their help. And we were lucky enough to get a few really, really good partners that believe on us from the very beginning, and they wanted to help us to do this. People need to understand that you basically, when you come to our store, when you open that door, you are no longer in Mississippi. You are in Europe. The sandwich that you're having, the chips that you're eating, the drinks that you're having, the desserts, everything.
The stills, the meat's hanging. I mean,
from Europe.
Yeah.
And it's extremely difficult to do it that way. For whatever reason, my wife and I, we always choose to do things that are very, very difficult.
But we take an ordinary item and kick it up.
Right.
You know, make it extraordinary. Always, it's kind of what I say. We take a simple thing that's ordinary, make it extraordinary.
You know, we for years and years, I collected recipes of sandwiches from Europe that I knew were, you know, the most delicious one from each city, each part of Italy or Spain or France and so on. So I have this big resume of sandwiches that I absolutely adore. And the difficult part was to get the ingredients right. You know, I couldn't do a sandwich that I couldn't get the ingredients. So the sandwiches that we have is the sandwiches that we have every exact ingredient. So the bread is the exact bread that they use there for that particular sandwich.
Can you name all of our breads?
Yeah, we have ciabatta, focaccia.
Tavi, move a little closer in. We were losing
Oh
you
yeah,
there.
absolutely. I'm sorry, I just want my wife to be the center of attention.
I can tell.
Well put.
Sorry.
But yeah, you know, we have Cristallo from Italy. We have French baguette from France, directly from Le Bakery de Paris. So we really, I mean, I don't know if everybody that come understand the streams that we go to get that sandwich, but I think that when they taste it, they get that this is something very unique.
Are all the sandwiches pressed panini style?
Majority of the sandwiches in Italy and Spain gonna be hot. That's one of the misconceptions here in the United States. People think that those subways and things like that. I can tell you with all the respect that we will not eat.
You're talking to Malcolm White, who has never met a pressed sandwich he doesn't
No,
like.
I do love a pressed sandwich.
He's an expert.
Sleep on the floor because it is so
Are
pressed.
people able to buy the meat sliced, or do you just serve the sandwiches?
We actually slice the meat. We have a very unique slicing machine that is hand cranked, and is actually the only one that can cut prosciutto paper thin, because it doesn't have the injure that hit the blade. So we take even that part very seriously. You come to our store, you can buy any one of our meats by the pounds or half pounds, any one of our cheeses, everything that we have is about it.
Okay, I think we should go back to the beginning and talk about how Octavio Tavi Arzola started his chef journey. So where did that start from you? Where are you from, and who are your people?
So
besides Shannon,
I'm originally from Spain, and in '97 I came to Chicago to work. I have family in Chicago, and working with family didn't work out for me. So one day I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. I took the train, went to downtown Chicago, come out right in front of Marriott downtown Chicago, applied for a job. I got a job that same day as a valet parking. And 6 months later, I was the food and beverage director of the entire hotel.
But he didn't speak English in the beginning, which people need to understand. He came here speaking no English.
So I like to say that when you look on the dictionary and you look the word American dream, is my picture there. And I really have an immense love for this country because it has given me opportunities that I don't think that any other country in the world will allow me to have. I have a very impressive career in Chicago, going from one famous restaurant to another, or hotels or casinos. And then after Katrina, unfortunately happened here in Mississippi, NGM Casinos hired me to come and be the food and beverage director in charge of all the fine dining restaurants at the Borabash Casino in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Well, we are lucky that Hurricane Katrina blew you in. And Shannon, is that at the point that y'all met?
No,
Okay, y'all get closer to the microphone here.
He was Chuck's friend first.
Okay.
He was a friend of Chuck's. Chuck was cutting his hair, and you tell him what you tell people. It's so mean, but that's okay.
Like you said earlier, everybody here in the coast knows Chuck Kelly, and everybody was telling me you have to go.
to Chuck for your haircut. And him and I, we get to be really good friends. And the way I tell the story, he maybe tell it in a different way, but my story, my reality is that Chuck owed money and he offered me his sister or a goat, and I choose his sister.
That was a very wise choice.
Nice selection.
So
yes.
Something we read, maybe we have some inside information that says you worked for the Spanish secret police. So are you undercover?
He can make a popsicle, but he could kill you with it. So,
so this was your job in Spain.
Yes, I was in the Secret Service in the military in Spain. Yes.
And you were a bodyguard.
I was a bodyguard of the top military under the King of Spain. Yes.
Wow.
Shannon, that's worked out well for you. I know you feel safe.
I did.
That's a long time ago. I'm 30 pounds heavier.
And we both now have bad knees and stuff.
So the sandwich part and the popsicles work better for me now.
Right.
So do you still have family in Spain, and how often do you go back to Europe?
Well, yes, I do. My sisters are there, and
you're really the only one in your family here.
Yes. My family now is here, and I couldn't go to Spain for probably 10, 15 years because of business and the way things go. So finally, I was able to take her with me and visit my family, my father before he passed away, and so on. So it was very.
We've been going almost every other year regularly for the last 10 years, and it's amazing. And if you've never been to the Canary Islands, you need to do yourself a favor and go. They're amazing. And they're the same exact climate we are all the time because they're directly parallel to us on the map.
Huh.
So the weather's basically the same any time of year.
And now the food's the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Carol, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back and talk more with our friends Tavi and Shannon Arzola from Gulfport, Mississippi, and we're excited to have them on. We'll be right back with more Deep South Dining after a very short break. Stay with us. If you have questions, you can join the conversation, 1-877-672-7464. Carol and I will be right back.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby Rush. As a blues man, I love Mississippi Public Broadcasting. If you support Mississippi music and their local programming, donate now, right now, and become a member today, not tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't matter how big or small, but we prefer big. Thank you very much.
School choice, rural hospitals, voter access. The 2026 Mississippi Legislature will impact you and your family for years to come. MPB brings you At Issue, a weekly analysis of the legislative session and the issues affecting you with perspectives from both sides of the aisle. Brandon Jones and new At Issue analyst Rebecca Staples join me, Wilson Stribling, every Monday at 5 p.m. only on MPB Think Radio and wherever you get your podcasts. MPB, your stories, our mission.
Mississippi is a place of deep roots where every story matters and every voice can be heard. At MPB, we stand with our local communities, bringing you the voices of those who shape our state through local programming that reflects our culture across small towns to big cities, from the Delta to the coast. We tell the stories that define us, from the music that carries our voices to the leaders who inspire change. MPB brings you the heart of Mississippi, celebrating Mississippi one story at a time. MPB, your stories, our mission.
Welcome back to Deep South Dining on MPB Think Radio. Malcolm White, Carol Palmer. We're glad you're here. It's Monday afternoon, and this is what we do, Carol.
It is.
And we're having a big time with it.
We were having a very big time with Tavi and Shannon.
And I wanted to ask both of you this question. Shannon, you were on the coast before Katrina, and obviously since. Tavi, you came to work at the Bow after Katrina. And so I wondered what y'all's impressions are of the coast in post-rebuild Katrina and today, and sort of the culinary scene, the restaurant scene. And so y'all can, either one of you can go first.
Yes, everyone in my family lost everything, every house and every car and all the stuff. So it was a wild bunch of business for us. And the change is amazing. It was slow going in the beginning, but rightly so. There was so much devastation. But I've been very involved in Main Street for the last 10 years for downtown Gulfport. Mm-hmm. Just rolled off the board there. I think they were tired of me. but it's been amazing. Downtown Gulfport has gotten a new breath of life in the last couple of years, and we are expanding and new things are coming. I'm sure you've heard of all the new restaurants that are coming.
Yeah, our good buddy Robert St. John is opening the downtown
right
there.
The Downtowner. Then we have the Barefoot Neighbor, who's going to have his place opening soon. The Siren, of course, Austin and Tressie are good friends of ours, and they eat with us and we eat with them a lot. And also
Pillows?
we have the Markham. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The Markham's coming online.
Yes.
Yep. And what will be there? That's the old hotel, right?
Yes. And I don't know how many outlets, if only one or two. I don't really know anything yet. We haven't heard.
Well, we know they are having a fine dining restaurant that the company have contacted us a few times and just talk about it. And it's a lot of great things coming to the coast. The coast, it's a very unique, we didn't have a lot when 15 years ago when we started Pop Brothers. And
I want to believe that we helped a little bit to put the city on the map with Pop Brothers. We did a bunch of TV shows and
newspapers and so on all over the United States. So I hope that between Pop Brothers and now with Tavi's, we're doing our part. Definitely, Shannon does a lot to help the coast to get better, to improve, to bring more things that we need here. And I'm hoping that we know we have people from other states that are coming just to try our food. So that's also incredible. It makes me so proud every single day.
Well, the opening of the Amtrak, too, has been great for us. But, Ocean Springs has got amazing restaurants. So many, it's hard to even land on one in particular. And we know that we had one, Vestige, which has won many different awards. I'd love to be able to tell you off the top of my head. But also Austin put us on the map for sure. With the addition of the ones that are coming and the ones we've already got, I just think the coast right now is more exciting than it's ever been.
Yeah, it is definitely one of the most vibrant food scenes in the Southeast right now.
Well, and we just wanted to have our little slice of it. And so far it's been fun and great, and the community's been wonderful, and I love being back home, and there's nothing bad about it. Really.
That's all good. And your grandparents, I understand.
Yes, two wonderful. The baby that convinced us to move home, she will be 11 next month, and then we have a 3-year-old grandson, and it's a bunch of busy business with those two.
I bet.
Yeah. So what's next after Tavi, or is this it for a while? Do you think this is an idea you can replicate, or are you happy just being where you are?
Well, we're getting a lot of pressure from people that want us to open in other cities. We are a little bit slower than other people. It's us, managing two busy business, and really we don't have time to make poor decisions. So we may extend the concept. I don't think that I have finished completing what I have, my vision for this concept, but we may do something else. I guess that we will have to wait and see.
Well, we relate to the entrepreneur party. We didn't jump into this until we were in our 50s.
Right. You had to think through it and make sure you had a good plan.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't know. Tavi's could easily be replicated. And so we just have to decide. The right time when it hits you and the right location when it strikes you. And you just have to kind of wait.
One thing that I would tell you is, for us, Tavi is not just a sound shop. We really are very, very strong in customer service, and our appreciation for the customer is really our number one goal in the food business. We always really put the customer in front of everything. So turning more employees to that level of customer service, and basically you can every day, one of us coming here usually. I'm here every single day. See, I look at the
We're having a really hard time hearing you. I can't really figure out what's going on. It sort of fades in and fades out, and I don't know.
I'm sorry.
There. Right now, everything's working great.
So Shannon, tell us how our our listeners can find you on social media.
Okay, we have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, Tavi's Salumeria. I think on Instagram it's Tavi's _Salumeria and just Tavi's Salumeria on Facebook. Our website is tavisllc.com, and that's it. That's how you can find us.
Okay. Well, we're going to bid farewell for now because of the technical problems, but we will have you back on, hopefully live and in person. And thank you so much for joining us, and continue great luck with your business. We're excited and can't wait to get down to Gulfport to join you.
Thank you so much.
Well, Carol, as we were discussing earlier, we're headed over to Meridian Saturday for Sip and Savor, and if I understand things correctly, we will produce a very special show from that, which will air when, Marissa?
That is going to be airing next Monday. I'm going to turn it around quick.
You're going to turn it around quick.
So, yeah.
So we'll be grabbing as many of the chefs as we can at Sip and Savor. They have over 50 chefs.
I'm just looking at the list. It's just amazing. I mean, if you're not doing anything this weekend, Meridian is not that far away. I'm looking at chefs from New Orleans, from Memphis,
Birmingham,
Slidell, Birmingham,
Natchez,
Auburn, Ocean Springs. Wow.
All over. Yeah, it's going to be great. This will be our second year to be on the site recording interviews, and we're excited about that. And besides that, Carol, we're going to eat well.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
We always eat well.
We always eat well. Well, I'm really sorry about the technical problems with our interview today, but I hope you were able to glean the basics.
I'm going to try and work some magic also on the podcast. So if you missed some of that, maybe we can pull up the audio a little bit.
Great
for that.
Great. Yeah, and what great guests, and we've been fortunate to have them on, and we can't wait to get down there. We need to make a trip
Yes, we did.
To the coast, and not only to visit them, but to see some of the other folks that we get to interview from time to time, but haven't visited in a long while. I was thinking about the sandwiches because that's what they do at Tavi's, and they're what I call panini style. Most of them are pressed, and then I was thinking about the sort of pressed po' boy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask about that. We couldn't quite get it in, but we'll talk about that in the future. Because the po' boy, I guess, in a way, sort of has European roots with the po' boy bread, the French bread, though I know it's different than what he was talking about using. I meant to ask where he gets all that exotic bread, and I forgot to.
No, that would really be something to find out.
But that may be his
top secret.
His secret that he doesn't reveal where the bread comes from. I don't know, but anyway, great couple, very enthusiastic on top of things. And again, I just have friends constantly texting me, calling me, telling me about the place. It apparently has made a huge splash in Gulfport. And if I'm not mistaken, it's downtown. I didn't quite get the location straight.
Yeah, I think it's right downtown.
Uh-huh.
And downtown Gulfport's just become a hub, a vibrant food hub.
Yeah, and with the aquarium there and the rebuild of the harbor, there's just so much going on there in Gulfport. Well, on the whole coast, of course. There's just a lot happening, and so anyway, good for them. We appreciate the opportunity to visit with Tavi and with Shannon. So check them out if you're in the area, and we thank you for listening today. And as always, we will be back next Monday. Deep South Dining is a production of Mississippi Public Broadcasting's Think Radio, and we are funded by generous contributions from folks like yourself. Our show was produced by Marissa Vaughn. For our special guests, Tavi and Shannon Arzola, and my co-host, Carol Palmer, I'm Malcolm White saying please stay tuned for At Issue up next, and join us next Monday at 4 p.m. for more Deep South Dining and Sip and Savor 2026. Tune in every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. for an encore show, heard right here exclusively on MPB Think Radio.